Well, I should be live. Welcome in everybody for the halftime show, Nebraska versus Purdue. I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to do a halftime show. I was going to wait till the post-game show to really talk about stuff, but what we watched deserved to go live right now because it's been a horrendous first half. That's an understatement. It's been an embarrassing first half for Nebraska football. Okay, and you know what? We're going to get to a bunch of things, and we're only going to go live for the whole halftime, so it's only going to be about 10, 15, 20 minutes. But we have a lot to talk about throughout that time span. First things first, stop kicking field goals. Stop. Okay, I don't know why Matt Rhule continues to put John Hull out there. He's went 0 for 3 in this ball game. 0 for 3, and he went 0 for 1 against Illinois. Okay, everybody in the state of Nebraska knows that we do not have a kicker. Who is convinced Matt Rhule that he has to keep putting out John Hull? Because we know he's terrible. Okay, why does he trust John Hull more than he trusts Dylan Raiola's arm? I don't understand it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, yes, do we not have a kicker? We knew this. I'm more mad at Matt Rhule for continuously putting him out there. Stop it. Stop it. He's going to miss it every single time. He's going to have it blocked every single time. We don't have a kicker. We don't have a long snapper. It is unbelievable to me how we just keep putting him out there. John Hull, it's a joke. Okay, we've had penalties galore in this game. Yes, the refs have not been great. Spoiler alert, everybody. Big Ten refs are never great. This happens in every single game. Yes, this crew sucks specifically. Like, they're really, really bad. Okay, the crew's not good. But we're not playing good either. We've had a lot of really, really stupid calls. And the refs are not being one-sided, by the way. They're calling these same tic-tacs for Purdue. Same bad calls for Purdue. This is a really bad officiating crew. How do we overcome that? Because it's always going to be bad in the Big Ten. The refs are always going to be poor. The kicking situation is one thing. But it's the decision to continuously put out John Hull time and time again. Like, this Matt Rhule guy, like, he needs to stand. I'm so angry about this. He needs to understand. Everybody in the state of Nebraska knows John Hull's not good. They know Tristan Alano's not good. We can't get this through Matt Rhule's freaking head. And this is the only thing that I didn't like about Matt Rhule throughout the offseason. I told you guys that he's stubborn. He is a stubborn coach. He trusts his players to a fault. So he won't bench a guy, and he'll continuously put out a player who's not very good. He's doing the same thing here with John Hull. Learn from your freaking mistakes, Matt. Learn from your mistakes. Okay, and I'm angry right now. I deserve to be angry. It's a 0-0 ball game at halftime versus the worst team in the Big Ten. And I'm continuously thinking to myself, Nebraska's just not that good. We're not that good. And we can win this ball game. That's cool. Okay, and I still think we're going to win because Purdue is terrible, as we're seeing. But we also have 0 points. And we can blame the refs. We can blame ourselves. We have a million things to blame. We are not good right now. Okay? And I know a lot of people probably they're like, oh, Wilson, why are you blaming Matt Rhule? You shouldn't blame Matt Rhule. Okay, when you're playing this poor, you have two options. You can either blame the players or you can blame the coaching staff. Okay, I would rather blame the coaching staff because they're the ones getting paid millions of dollars on the yearly to do this, do their job, not the players. The players are getting paid now, sure, but I'd rather blame the adults in the situation. And it's just horrendous. Horrendous what's going on right now. Let's go. Let's talk about the running game. Let's talk about the running game right now, guys. Let's go to our box score here. Nebraska, Dante Dowdle, 5 carries for 9 yards. Ramir Johnson, 4 carries for 6 yards. Emmett Johnson, 1 carry for 4 yards. We are playing, I don't know if you guys know this, we are playing the worst run defense in college football, statistically, in Purdue. They have the worst run defense in college football, and we can't run the football. We can't run for more than 2 yards a carry. What is going on right now with this running game? Okay, it is tanked. It has tanked since Micah Mazuka left the team. Okay, since he hasn't. Again, I told you guys this throughout the week. Okay, we ran the football good versus UTEP, and we ran the ball well versus Colorado. Is it some shocker that one player leaves the team and suddenly the run game tanks? Was Micah Mazuka that important? It's unbelievable. It's unfathomable This running game is the base of our offense, and we can't do anything. We have a stable of backs. This offensive line's played bad. This offense in general, oh my goodness, it's terrible. I mean, we'll get going. We'll have 2 or 3 first down conversions to get things going, at the start of a drive, and then we'll completely tank. We'll get in the red zone. Marcus Satterfield will fumble and trip all over himself. He'll puke all over himself. It is unbelievable what is going on. I thought we were going to blow out Purdue. I mean, you guys probably saw my video. I thought we were going to absolutely blow them out. I thought it was going to be a Raiola statement game, and I'm not saying we don't win. I truly believe right now at halftime, we can go back to this in 2 hours. And by the way, I want to plug, I will be going live after the game, so if you think this live stream is good, you're going to want to be here after the game, win or lose. It's unbelievable what's going on, because I thought we were going to blow them up. Purdue is terrible. You guys didn't understand how bad Purdue is. You guys didn't understand how terrible they are as a team. And it's 0-0 at halftime. Tells you everything you need to know. Somebody in chat made a good point. Let's talk about Hoiberg, because in the first drive, we put in Hoiberg twice. Once at wide receiver, and we threw him a fade ball. What are we doing there? And then the second time we put in Hoiberg, it was at quarterback on a 4th down and 1. Instantly, when he came in the ball game, false start, because the offensive line was not used to his cadence. At this point, Matt Rhule, what are we doing here with these snaps to Hoiberg? Again, I get it. You feel terrible for the guy, but they're sympathy snaps. He's not better than what we have. He's not a better wide receiver than any of our wide receivers. He's not a better running back than any of our running backs. He shouldn't be getting quarterback snaps over Raiola, who's a generational talent. It just boggles the mind. There's so many stupid play calls and stupid decisions, but the number one thing, and the reason why the score is 0-0 right now, is because we continuously trip over ourselves when we get in Purdue territory, and we continuously take field goals knowing that we don't have a field goal kicker on the roster, and we're 0 for 3. We've had some terrible kicking issues in the past. When was the last time we were 0 for 3 in halftime kicking the football? Has there ever been a time? And Matt Rhule knows this. It's not like this is some shocker that we have some stable kicker and he's just having an off day. Like, Matt Rhule went in this game knowing that we don't have a good field goal kicker, and he's continuously going back to him. And it's 0-0. Again, I'm angry. I'm angry right now because I'm holding Nebraska to a different standard. I think we should win 7, 8, 9 games. We're good enough. We're talented enough to do that. And right now, we're 0-0 versus a team who has 1 win. They're not going to make a bowl game. They're arguably the worst team in the Big Ten. And I'm sitting here preparing myself to watch the same crap in the second half, knowing that we're probably not as good of a team as we thought we were going to be. Okay, I really had high expectations for this team. And last week was awful. Okay, last week was awful, but there was still a little bit of hope. Like, okay, Illinois might be that good. We're okay. Illinois might be a very, very, very solid team. We'll take care of business versus Purdue. We're not taking care of business right now. And again, we could win. We could beat Purdue. I truly believe we're going to beat Purdue still, even though it's 0-0 right now. Again, we'll talk about this in the post game. Okay, so I want every single one of you guys to be here in the post game live stream. But with that being said, even if we win this ball game by 2 or 3 touchdowns, it still doesn't make up for this awful, 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 awful first half. Unbelievable. I didn't want to get into comments in this live stream, but there's a stupid comment here. This guy says they aren't sympathy snaps. They're setting up an opportunity for some different type of plays in the future. This guy's referring to Hoiberg getting the ball game. What do you not understand, PJ? We got PJ Fleck in the live chat. What future? Plays in the future. What are you talking about? Like the play action, or not the play action, like the one versus Illinois where it was Raiola passed to Hoiberg and Hoiberg passed to Raiola, and then, stupid. No, Hoiberg should never be in the ball game. I'm going to tell you why. Because when Hoiberg comes in at wide receiver, running back, they know it's a trick play every single time. They know it's a trick play, or they know the ball is going to Hoiberg. Because you don't put in a quarterback at a different position for gimmicks. So it's a dead giveaway what we're doing whenever Hoiberg even gets in the ball game. Okay, I don't get these people, again, people like PJ who will, defend Hoiberg to the death. He's not a good player at another position besides quarterback. He's not even a good quarterback. And they are sympathy snaps. They are, because he's not better than any of our running backs. He's not better than any of our wide receivers. And it cost us in this ball game, PJ. What do you not understand? Okay, what do you not understand? This is frustrating, guys. It's incredibly frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating what's going on with this team. Again, 0-0 versus the worst team in the Big Ten at halftime. And again, we could win this ball game. I still think we will because Purdue is that bad. But if somehow we lose, you're better going to want to be here in that postgame live, because we're going to be ripping into this team and ripping into everything. Because again, I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. I thought in the offseason this team's going to win 7, 8, 9 games. I don't know if I think that anymore. Because we're playing this bad against such a terrible team. And we're making the same mistakes that we made last year that Matt Rhule made. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm speechless almost. And clearly I'm not speechless, because I'm ranting, but it's been this bad of a ball game where I had to come on live during halftime. I didn't want to go on live during halftime because I need to vent about this football game, because Nebraska is playing at the same level they did when Scott Frost was the head coach. I know that's probably gave you guys some trauma there. I'm sorry. But if a Scott Frost ball club would go into this game, probably wouldn't be 0-0. Probably be we'd probably be losing, to be honest with you. But we are supposed to hold this team to a higher degree now that Matt Rhule's our head coach, and we're playing this poor. And Nebraska fans are going to probably try to spin it. They're going to say, oh, Purdue, actually, it's a dark horse team. And I told you guys it was a trap game in the offseason. But in this matter, 0-0, I don't ever think it was going to be 0-0. I thought our offense was going to be a little bit competent today. I thought that Matt Rhule was probably going to trust our offense over the special teams that we know is terrible. We know that Tristan Lovano is injured and can't kick. We know that John Hull can't kick either. Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have another kicker on the roster, Nico Otto Manelli. Screw it, let's put him out there. He's a true freshman. He's a 4-star kicker. Again, it boggles the mind. And I told you guys last week I wasn't on the Ed Foley fire train, because a lot of people were saying, oh, we should fire Ed Foley. I was not on that train. I don't know if I am on or off that now, because our special teams has been that anemic. That anemic, guys. So just a horrendous first half of football. I mean, this has been the worst first half of football I have seen from Nebraska. I mean, in a very, very, very long time. I mean, since probably the Minnesota game, Matt Rhule's opener. It's just an awful first half where nothing went right. Oh, I mean, you could say the defense played well against the worst offense in the Big Ten. So, well, who cares? Who cares that the defense played well? That's what they're supposed to do. But I'm purely mad about the special teams being terrible. Matt Rhule continuously going back to the special teams, knowing that they're terrible. That's an in-game mistake from Matt Rhule. You can put it whatever. I mean, you can try to defend Matt Rhule. I get it. Again, I say at the end of every single video, go Matt Rhule. Like, I'm not some hater. But at the exact same time, we have to call out the coaching staff when they're making clearly a terrible decision. And it's clearly a terrible decision that Matt Rhule is going back to these kickers. Okay? I'm sorry. It is the way it is. Okay? And this offense, they're somehow getting down the field almost every single drive. How come they can never score? Because they always have a stupid false start or a holding penalty. Again, you can blame the refs however you want. I'm not going to be that guy, because I'd rather say, okay, there's an execution issue. I am just so frustrated by this team, because the same issues that we were talking about during UTEP, during the Colorado game, they have not been fixed. And I told you guys this would happen. If we continued to have these terrible penalties, to have these, offensive inconsistencies going into Big Ten play, we would get exposed. And that's exactly what's happening. Matt Rhule hasn't fixed any of it. He's had weeks, man. He's had weeks to fix this stuff. And also, you guys should remember, this is the most talented Nebraska team we've had in a decade. This is the most talented Nebraska team we've had since 2016. We have a bunch of future NFL players here. We have the best quarterback we've had in a decade. We have probably the best running back core we've had. We have the best wide receiver core we've had. We have the best defensive line we've had. It's a freaking good team talent-wise. So what's the issue? Is it the coaching staff? Is it the schematics? I think it is. What's the issue? We're more talented than Purdue in every single position. We're playing like this. It boggles the mind, guys. It absolutely boggles the mind. Again, we can't do anything. We can't run the football. We cannot run the football. That's the number one thing against the worst run defense in college football. Okay, we went into this game knowing that they have a terrible run defense, and somehow we still can't run. That's an issue. Our offensive line is horrendous. Horrendous in that department. We can't kick the football. You know, Raiola is throwing the ball well downfield, but he's had some inconsistencies. He's underthrew a couple passes. He's overthrew a couple passes. Awful. Everything about this team, man. Somebody made a good point in the comment section. They said Gabe Ervin should get some snaps. Absolutely. Where's Gabe? Let's get Gabe in there. Why not? Who cares with this running game? We can't do anything right. Let's have a new fresh face in there. Gabe Ervin's been successful in the past. But no, Matt Rhule doesn't bench people, guys. Guys, Matt Rhule doesn't bench people. That's one of his flaws. Okay, he is too loyal to a fault. He never benched Jeff Sims. He only went away from Jeff Sims when he got injured. He didn't bench Hoiberg last year. He only went away from Hoiberg when he got injured. He doesn't bench anybody. Ever. Because that's not the type of coach he is. He's loyal to a fault. So he's not going to bench Dowdle. He's not going to bench Vermeer. And I don't think it's their problem, honestly. I think, honestly, the running backs are playing good. I'm just using this as an example. The offensive line's not playing good. But the running backs are playing good. Unbelievable first half, guys. I'm sorry. Again, I'm angry right now. I know you guys can tell. I hope you're angry too. You deserve to be angry. Because, again, we think this team is quality enough to win 7, 8, 9 games. A 7, 8, 9 win team does not go into halftime 0-0 versus Purdue. This poor of a Purdue team. Do not spin it like Purdue is good. They're not good. We're not good, clearly. Unless we somehow turn this around. Everybody, real quick, want everybody like the stream really fast. And also, again, I will be going live post-game. Okay, so if you think this live stream is good, you're going to want to be here post-game, win or loss. We're going to be talking about so much more. Get into the comment section. Then I don't have enough time to get in the comment section today in this stream because, of course, we only have, 15 minutes of halftime. So, again, it's just really, really, really poor game. Again, the refs were not awesome, folks. Like, we can blame the refs, but as I've told you guys in the past, the Big Ten refs are never going to be good. Can you name one ball game where the Big Ten refs were phenomenal? They're always bad. Okay, how can you overcome that? Okay, because we knew going into this game the refs are going to be poor, because they always are. How can you overcome that? We haven't done anything to overcome that. Right, that's what I want to leave with you going into the second half. It's just been an anemic performance. And I feel for the people who spent, $7, $8 for Peacock for this one game, and you're watching this just crap game, crap football game. I feel bad for you. I really do. Again, I think Nebraska wins. I truly, truly, truly believe it. Maybe that's just me trying to stay optimistic, trying to stay positive. I'm optimistic at a fault, right? I will always try to spin things positively. So I still think we win. I know some people on Twitter and in this live chat, they're saying it's over for us. I still think we win the football game because I truly believe, truly believe that we're more talented than them. I want to ask you guys one question here. I'm not sure how much time we have left before the second half. I want to ask you one question going into the second half. If Matt Rhule loses this football game, is he on the hot seat? Is he on the hot seat? That's one question I want to ask you before we get out of here. Is he on the hot seat? If we lose this football game against a terrible, terrible Purdue squad, is he on the hot seat? All right, guys, answer that question. I will be here after the game, post-game live stream. If you thought this one was fun, you're going to want to be here post-game. So make sure to be here, set notifications, have that live ready to go. Hopefully we get this ball game, we get this dub. I'm hoping so. I will see you guys then post-game. We'll talk about so much more. Hopefully we get the dub, guys. See ya.